Modern neuroscience tells us that instead of writing down things we're thankful for in a journal, simply listening to and connecting with positive stories about people can better help shift our immune system into balance. It can help us move from a state of constant anxiety towards motivation. So 3 days a week, I'm sharing stories we can feel good about. Mondays, you'll hear a story from the past to be thankful for. On Wednesdays, I'll tell an inspiring story from the present. And Fridays, you'll head into the weekend with a story to keep you optimistic about our future. Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to My Good 3. Alright, happy Friday. Do you ever hear people talk about finding happiness as if it were a destination? As kids, a lot of us grew up hearing a pretty straightforward message, often through children's books or movies, where someone stumbles into or abruptly arrives at happiness. As we get older, we find that isn't exactly how it works. Happiness is a moving target, and it's normal to start to question if we're doing things right. We adjust our lives to see if that works. New jobs, hairstyles, hobbies, spouses, often in pursuit of this abstract feeling. Well, there's good news. While we're still going to struggle to find happiness the way we thought we would when we were young, believe it or not, being a happy person now is more straightforward than it ever was before, if we want to learn how. This is all because of the work being done around the science of happiness. In the last 30 years, there's been a handful of scientific studies about what people wish for. One of the things they learned was that if people were given a chance to rub a shiny lamp and summon a genie that came out and granted them 3 wishes, there's a good chance that their 3 wishes would be among the following: health, wealth, love, happiness, success, and personal growth. According to the research, the most frequently wished for wish in the genie and lamp scenario was happiness. It's the thing we all want, and we try so hard to find it. And we're all conditioned to fail at getting it, miserably. There is someone who can help explain. Dr. Laurie Santos is the Chandrika and Ranjan Professor of Psychology and head of Silliman College at Yale University, and she's an expert in the science of happiness. Her course at Yale, Psychology and the Good Life, is the most popular course at the university in over 300 years, with nearly 25% of graduates having taken the class. It's so popular that she's published an online version of the course to help with demand, and her work has been featured on the major news networks and talk shows. The reason the course is so compelling is the exact same reason people answer the way they do when given 3 wishes. Happiness is elusive, and it's the thing many of us want the most, and well, we believe we can't be happy until we get what we need to be happy. And this is one of the key points in Dr. Santos's class. Early on in the course, she asked students to fill in the blank in the following sentence: "If I only had blank, I'd be so happy." Students jump to answer this question because they all think they know the answer. Each class, she hears the same things: money, relationships, health, etc. Then she informs them that, unfortunately, most likely, what each of them have filled in the blank is wrong. It's what psychologists refer to as miswanting, the act of being mistaken about what and how much you will like something in the future. Once she gets her class to understand the concept, she then breaks down the answers the students shared and presents the scientific reasons why these things don't actually make people happier. She makes sense of what our minds are getting wrong. And then she dives into the meat of the course and shares the drivers of happiness. Concepts like gratitude, how connecting with the things in life that you're grateful for and sharing your gratitude for others directly with them are incredibly powerful at improving happiness. She also talks about kindness and giving. All the rage these days is about self-care, but it's been proven that while it's important to take care of yourself, and you get short-term gains and a boost to your mental health when you do so, it doesn't make us happier. What does make us happier is random acts of kindness and giving our time, and believe it or not, some of our discretionary income to other people. What's funny is we all probably know this deep down. Yes, being good to people and sharing connection does make us happy. We've done it and we've felt it. But once we become adults, opportunity costs factor in, and we don't do kind things for others or express our gratitude for others as much as we want to. We rationalize our other wants instead. Often when I hear about scientific findings, I question how valid the results are. Then I ignore what I learned and I go back to doing whatever it was I was doing before. In the case of Dr. Santos and her research, it's different because there's that thing way back in my brain that knows what she's teaching is right. The question still looming in my mind is, if this is so straightforward, why are so many of us still chasing our wants and fumbling our happiness? That answer is complicated. I'm guessing at least part of the answer lies in human nature, in conditioning and expectations, and for some, whether or not we want to or even think we deserve to be happy. But that's a bigger question for a different episode. For now, it's great to know that this work is being done. It's complex and at the same time very simple, and it's beautifully laid out for us to make ourselves happier. In the end, it all comes down to whether or not we have the strength to find it. Thank you for listening. I realize this podcast won't be successful without your help. So if you'd like to rate it, or better yet, review it, wherever you get your podcasts, that would really help. And if you're on Instagram, go to @mygood3, THREE, to vote each episode up or down. I'm also excited to read more Good 3 stories from listeners. So just go to our website, mygood3.com, and submit a story of your own from the past, present, or future, or all three. And maybe I'll use it in an episode. Thanks again. Here's to hoping My Good 3 can set the stage for your good week.